across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Beetle.
What's up, everybody? This is hashtag follow the conversation episode 40. My name is Michael Nip, and I am here as always with my co-host Drewby.
As always, I never fail you, ever. I'm always here, right on
Have
time.
you ever missed an episode of hashtag follow the conversation?
I don't think I have. I think it's always been you and me. It's usually if we're not doing well. All right. Usually we don't record, but that's like because other things get in the way. Like, we've never run into such where you're like, all right, let's record. And I'm like, I'm not going to be there. You always preemptively cancel.
We have a perfect track record. So we started the show off with the Pokemon dubstep remix by Arion, if you're curious as to what that was. That rad dubsteppy wobble bassy goodness. So we discovered a new game. We discovered a new game this week. That's kind of what I want to segue into. It's called Trackmania Squared Stadium Demo. Because we are too cheap to purchase the actual Trackmania Squared Stadium for $9.99 on Steam. But man, is that demo rad. We heard about it on our sister site, Giant Bomb. It is a game where you race cars at extremely high speeds with loop-de-loops and crazy turns and insane tracks and crazy, sometimes crappy, sometimes awesome, crappy dubstep on this insanely janky but heartfelt, like heartwarming janky game that is Trackmania Squared. It's called Trackmania 2, I think, but have you noticed that it's just an exponent?
Yes. Yeah, I didn't really think of it as an exponent. I just always thought of it as just Trackmania 2. There are multiple Trackmania 2s. One is called Canyon, and then this one, the one we've been playing, is called Stadium.
I think there's another one even, but everyone plays Stadium evidently. I'm only a newbie to the Trackmania community, but for what it's worth, we have been playing Stadium on the unofficial Giant Bomb server, and it is so rad, and I cannot highly recommend it enough since it costs you $0. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think most people do play. I've seen some discussion in like the chat on the game of them people arguing Canyon versus Stadium, but I believe it is. I think people seem to prefer Stadium. At least I've never played Canyon though, so I mean it could be awesome.
There are more people getting ready to play this game, because of Giant Bomb's resurgence of it, but also because there's a new Trackmania that's supposed to come out this year on the PS4 and PC. I'm kind of not sure if it will be what I want. Not that I have a lot of say, like I just started playing Trackmania last week, but like I kind of enjoy some of this jank, and it seems like they're trying to polish the game in a way that I don't know if I'm down with a game that's actually good. I like its brokenness and all.
I don't know how much I would emphasize the brokenness of the game because it works.
Except the controller binding doesn't work. Like the brakes don't work correctly. Like the brakes, if you just use default controller binding, the brakes are mapped to the A button or the X button if you're using a PlayStation controller. And if you hit the brake button while so let's say you're holding the gas, and you hit the brake button, you just tap it real quick. Like say you wanted to drift in another game. The way that the game is jankified, if you just tap that A button, you will slow to a complete stop and not move unless you let go of the gas and then hit go again. And I've looked it up, and like it's a universal problem.
Okay.
So what I had to do was I had to map the brakes to the right stick so I can right stick brake correctly, where I can like tap the brake real quick. No, the stick, because the triggers in this game, the triggers read as the exact same input. So if you try to map the go button to the right trigger and you try to map break to the left trigger, it will pop up with an error message and say, "Are you sure you want to overwrite the map for go on the trigger?" Like it sees the triggers as one input. So like this game has a certain level. Like, and if you look at the interface that's on the server, there's all this crap pooped on the screen.
Yep.
And like it's impossible to find anything unless you've played match upon match and you're kind of like get the feel for what everything is. And like it's pretty like it does work. I don't want to emphasize broken to the fact where it's like a game that you cannot play, but it is broken to a fact where it has absolutely no polish above minimum working level.
Is that are you? I don't know if you can blame the leaderboards though on the game devs themselves. I mean that could be just a server thing. I haven't played on other servers, so I don't know.
No, the game doesn't have built-in modules for that. Those are all side-loaded modules. That's why they're so janky, because the game doesn't have that crap built in. Like that, everything that's cool about that game are like side modules. Like the music, that's a side module. The like jukebox where people can vote. The music itself, of course, just like the music player is a side module, not just the music. And the music that's in there, of course, is wicked. And then like all of the leaderboard stuff, like basically everything I think except the server best and personal best are all side loaded mods. Everything that stretches around the entire left, top, and right of the screen.
So, what is good about that game then? What did they want that game? Have you played the single player at all?
No. That seems like it would be boring, actually, I think. Especially if you're just playing on normal butt tracks instead of like the ridiculous tracks that people create. Because there is a track creator that people make tracks for, and those are the ones that are loaded onto the Giant Bomb servers. A lot of ridiculous tracks. Some of them are super hard.
Yeah, I have not been able to finish multiple of those tracks. How they are really difficult because some of them like you have to gain a certain speed in order to make a jump, and if you don't make that jump, then you have to restart, and you can either restart the entire race or you can restart it at a checkpoint. But depending on where the checkpoint was placed, you may not be able to get enough speed, and you might as well just restart the entire track.
Yeah,
going from the beginning.
I don't know. I don't know how to describe like everything about this game. When I talk about it, sounds kind of crappy, but like you have to play it, and I recommend playing it with headphones because when you find the perfect dubstep track and the bass drops while you're doing something cool or crazy, Sorry, my wife was watching television, and I heard someone crying, and I thought it was my wife for a second, or laughing. I can't tell.
Those are similar.
The level of endorphins that shoot into my brain when that happens are so good and so high. That is, I don't know.
When your wife is crying watching TV, or when the bass drops when you're doing a cool thing.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Okay.
Anyway, other than Trackmania, what have you been up to?
I've been playing different games. We've been playing a little bit of Grey Goo. I don't know if we've talked about that at all. Maybe
I don't think we talked about it at all.
Not since we've played. So we may have mentioned it before. Grey Goo is a RTS, a real-time strategy game built by the same guys who did the Command and Conquer games. Red Alert 2. Did they do like Tiberian Sun and the other Red Alerts as well? Or Command and Conquer?
I think they did everything up to like even generals.
Okay. Let's see if I have it. Yep, here it is. Tiberian Sun. I got this from like a thrift store. I haven't finished it. I think that game has FMV. Anyway, so Grey Goo is an RTS. It's a space RTS that you and I have been playing. We played some of it together, multiplayer. We've been kind of going through the campaign. I was playing a little bit today. That game is all right. There are some things about it that I feel are kind of broken, and specifically in some of the controls and the way that you want. Like, I kind of am figuring it out, but the tutorial is lacking. I think
there is one specific thing that I have a huge complaint with that game, and this is going to get specific. Real-time strategy games. I'm not going to explain them as a genre, but when you select groups of people and you tell them to go somewhere, it's become basically a standard that if they see an enemy along the way, they will shoot it. At least, like, they may not stop and shoot it. They'll keep going, but while they're in range, they will shoot it. This game, they won't shoot enemies. Like, certain enemies that can move and shoot at the same time will, but like if you tell a bunch of dudes to walk up to a corner and they pass an army and they're getting destroyed, they will not shoot back. They'll keep trying to walk somewhere. And that is infuriating. That's my number one complaint with this game. And it's a huge complaint because it happens all the time.
There is a command, you can't, if you
There's
hold
an
down
attack move command.
There's a control. If you hold down control and then right click somewhere, your army will move, and if they see someone, they will stop and attack it. I'm not aware of a move and attack option. Did StarCraft do that?
A lot of games have that by default, but there is, I'm sure it probably exists in some kind of command, but that's generally like the default option, and it's not in this game, and it makes me angry.
I don't know. That's kind of what I expect from RTS. I don't know that I've played an RTS that will do that. At least that I can think of. Usually it's like move to this position or okay, now stop and attack these guys. So, but Grey Goo, it's kind of fun. We've talked a little bit off air together about kind of the balance in that game. We're both so there are 3 races in that game. There's an alien race, there is a humans, there are the humans, and then there's like this goo substance, that Grey Goo. And we've talked a little bit about the balance seems off. I've beaten the second campaign mission with the humans, and I don't know, I can't talk to balance that much, but more just the missions and the difficulty and the time that they give you to do objectives is ridiculous in that game. I was playing go ahead.
Playing on the normal difficulty, it's incredibly hard compared to any other RTS that I've played.
Yeah, because we were playing a mission, we were going through, and on that first alien campaign, the first set of missions, there was one where you had to you were defending a position, you had limited resources, and you had to go out from that position and attack enemy bases, take care of the enemies that they were sending after you. And your complaint, Michael, was that they kept sending enemies at you so often that you couldn't do anything. Like you couldn't build up an army, your forces were constantly getting destroyed. And so you decided that, hey, this game is too hard. I don't want to spend this much time with it. I want to kind of play it and have fun or whatever, enjoy it. So you lowered the difficulty level. And then your complaint was that when you lowered the difficulty, it got too easy and that you just kind of were rolling through it. I'm playing on the medium normal difficulty still. I've made it to the human campaign. And the mission that I played today was one where you had to there were like some points out on the map, and you had to go, and one of those points would have basically an officer at that point, and you had to make it to that. You didn't know which point he was at though, so your options were kind of to explore the map and to find him and to get him back to your base. The problem is
that mission is also it's timed because the other people are trying to kill him.
Yeah. Yes. So the enemies are going and taking out those points, and you don't. And you've got to build up your army from nothing and get to him. So I say you probably have about 10 minutes to build an army to get to him before he's dead. And that's in that game, that is, at least for the humans, I was finding it difficult because, all right, so not only do you build an army, but then you have to fight through all of the other enemies that are all over the map and try to get to that guy. And it was difficult. I was able to do it, but I was not able to do any of the bonus objectives. The difficulty seems, I haven't tried the next mission yet. Maybe it'll be doable. And if you have to, even if I can't complete the mission objectives and not do all the bonus objectives, I think I can be okay with that. It seems harder than the normal difficulty would suggest that it would be.
Maybe it's the Dark Souls of RTSs. I think to be the Dark Souls of RTSs, you have to be a lot better than that. I'm just saying.
And I'm trying to use the hotkeys. All the units, specific units that you want to build, are not mapped to specific keys. Like you can kind of select like a group of units, but you still have to move your mouse and click. Like in StarCraft, you can just like use keystrokes or whatever, and you're like building bunches of units in no time. Based on the two I played, I think I prefer StarCraft as far as an RTS.
I mean, StarCraft is one of the gold standards for RTSs. That's a great game.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, our StarCraft 2. I was kind of thinking about maybe going back and playing the human campaign a little bit yesterday. But yeah, great goo. We picked it up on the Steam sale, and that's all right. I think are they still working on that?
I think they're making DLC and crap for it because I see DLC ads and stuff for it all the time. So there's that. I watched a movie, Drewby.
Yeah.
And it was called Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the movie Beetlejuice?
Yes, I am. I've never seen
Have
it,
you
but
seen it?
but I've listened to Film Sack where they covered Beetlejuice. So I kind of have a basic.
Do you remember what the plot is of Beetlejuice?
So it's basically this couple gets married, and then they die, and then the Beetlejuice is kind of it's all about like their life among the dead or something like that.
Okay. It's weirder than that. It's a potentially cool idea for a story. It's a potentially funny idea for a story. This couple, they're really cute. They're nice and sweet. They go to town. They come back. They die. They wake up in their house as ghosts, and somebody moves into their house that they're all dinguses and losers, and they want to remodel a house, so they're ruining the house or whatever. And the ghost couple are like, we don't want these people here. We're ghosts, so let's scare them out. That is correct. We cannot say this 3 times or he will come and get us. Thank you, chat. That's why they put Beetlejuice, so I'll refer to him now as Beetlejuice. Anyway, so they're ghosts and they're trying to scare this family out, but they can't scare the family out because they're not that scary. There's a scene that I guess for the audio version I cannot. I was going to play it in the video. There is a scene that is so absurd that I did not know what I was watching. And they're trying to scare these people out and they can't do it. And so the people decide that they like the ghosts and they want to try to sell them like an amusement park because they're not scary. And so they decide to enlist the help of the Beetlejuice, who is this crazy, insane ghost played by Batman Michael Keaton. And it is, and I say this, and I don't think that I'm exaggerating, it is the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
And I don't mean that necessarily in a good way. Like, I honestly think it is a bad movie and it's stupid. But I don't know because it's absurd. And honestly, basically, every time I see a Tim Burton movie, I think that it looks cool visually, and then I watch it, and then I think it's the worst movie ever. So take that for what it's worth. Yes. I don't like like we've talked about it maybe off air before. My spiel with The Night Before Christmas, which was a Tim Burton directed movie, I believe, is that I love every single thing about The Night Before Christmas except the actual movie. Like, watching the movie is sucky because I think the movie's crap, but I love the sound design and the visuals and the music and everything. Even the story's kind of cool. Like, I love everything about The Night Before Christmas except the actual movie. Beetlejuice is not even that good. Like, it does have Danny Elfman as a composer who I like his weird whimsical tracks, but man, it's a movie. It's a weird movie, and I don't regret watching it, but I don't ever want to watch it again. Like, I was not hoping it was going to be a great, amazing movie or anything. I was hoping I would at least be able to place it on my Labyrinth, like, section, where like Labyrinth is this weird, crazy, stupid movie that I like to watch because it's so weird and fun. It's not even that. It's just dumb.
Okay.
So that's 2 thumbs up from theculturalpeople.com.
From
Beetle
Michael.
guys.
From Michael Never about Beetlejuice.
From me.
Yes, not.
Yeah. You watch any good movies lately? You saw like
I saw
I
Jurassic
thought you
World.
did.
I saw Jurassic World in the
Did
theater.
we talk about this on the podcast?
I don't think we've recorded since I've seen that movie because I saw it last Friday. And
Has your opinion on it changed?
Not really.
All right, give us the spiel.
Okay. I went and saw Jurassic World. I thought the movie was all right. I think it's been a little overrated by people. I thought that it didn't. The first Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic Park, was kind of I felt took itself seriously as a movie. In this movie, I felt it didn't. They used Chris Pratt in a way that was like, in the Chris Pratt way, we're gonna laugh and make jokes and stuff, but like, you don't need that or want that in your Jurassic Park film. Like, this is a movie about dinosaurs taking like over the theme park, or whatever, and they're legitimately scared. We don't need like drips of, oh man, your boyfriend's totally rad or something like that, or all these like, it's just, I don't know. I don't think the movie took itself seriously. There were too many almost on the nose jokes. Like, I don't know. It didn't feel right as a movie. The music, I thought they kind of used the soundtrack of the original creatively, in kind of the ways in different ways that they did. But the dinosaurs, those were cool. It's just, I don't know. It didn't. I think the first Jurassic Park movie is a better film, and I wish Jurassic World would have kind of taken itself a little more seriously.
I liked the movie, and I think America agrees with me. So I'm clearly right by definition because I have the most people on my side. No, I don't. That's not how movies work. I did think it was fun though. Like the chat doesn't take you seriously. That was something that was mentioned. That's probably safe to not take Drewby seriously. I didn't go into it expecting it to be very serious. I kind of thought it would be a dumb, fun summer movie. So I did not have the same feeling as you. I enjoyed it a lot. Also, dinosaurs are cool. Mm-hmm. I believe we talked about this on our last podcast. Dinosaurs are pretty flippin' rad. So anytime that I can see dinosaurs, I think they're pretty tight. The chat asked if those are the same bottles that you got for Christmas in the background there.
I think they might be. I've got that and a bunch of bottles in the kitchen, glass bottles in the kitchen. Can you just like throw glass bottles in a dumpster? Is that something that you can totally do?
You can recycle them. When was the last time that you cleaned your house full of bottles?
Never.
Literally the only time I can make fun of Drewby for this is like right now because I just cleaned my office. Normally it's messy. But I'm going to use this opportunity wisely. But yeah. So watch Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I watched.
Are you going to say something?
I watched Jurassic World. I was going to say something else about the movie, but no, we're going to move on. What else? I haven't been to the theater a lot.
You deleted Batman?
Oh, that was an accident. So yeah, Batman Arkham Knight, I played that.
Drewby got so sick. He was playing Batman and he's like, this game is so stupid. It was supposed to be my game of the year. I was going to full complete it. And he gets to this Riddler challenge that was so dumb that the options were delete his Batman save or throw his PS4. And then he realized that he could play other games on his PS4, but he could not play other games in his Batman save. So he deleted his Batman save.
No, all right. So the Batgirl DLC came out today, and I was going to play it, but I couldn't, and it wasn't downloaded. So I got out of the PS4 and I was going to close the application so that and then try to force an update or whatever so I could download the new content, and accidentally, just not paying attention, I clicked delete, not paying attention, and then clicked are you sure you want to delete, and clicked yes without paying attention. And so now Batman is gone. My save was on the cloud, I think, but I kept getting errors that, hey, this wasn't uploading. So I may have lost my, I don't know where my save is. I was 85% complete in the story campaign that I was playing through. So,
All right, so here's the moment of truth. If you don't get your save back, are you still going to full complete the game?
probably. If I don't get my save back, all right. So here's what happened. If it makes me replay the story, cool. I'll replay that story again. I was kind of sad when yesterday I finished the Nightwing side content and I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. So I mean, if I can play that stuff again, cool. I was planning on kind of playing through it again anyway in a new story plus, but I'll play. Yeah. But yeah, I will probably just like, okay, I'll just pick up where I want. At least that's my mood right now. It may change. It may change.
Did you? The chat asks, do you keep all of your bottles? Do you ever throw away bottles?
I don't know if I've ever thrown away a glass bottle.
How many glass bottles do you have in your home?
Do you want me to go count them? They're just over there in the kitchen.
I can see 3 of them from my vision.
There's this, which my brother Zach brought over. It is a sparkling lemonade bottle, which is just kind of chilling on my table. There's some root beer, and then there's like the Bob Marley tea and root beer over in the kitchen. It's just next to my microwave. So I kind of didn't know. I guess I started off like, hey, these are kind of cool. I'm going to keep these, and now it's just turned into this is where I put my glass bottles. So, yeah.
The chat mentioned seeing the Minion movie. Did you like the Minion movie, or did your child only like the Minion movie? That was my question, because a lot of children and people seem to be obsessed with Minions as of late, and I'm not sure I'm 100% on board with this train. As someone that follows a lot of people on Twitter, all I can see now is Minions, and all I see on Facebook is Minions, and every meme has become Minions, and every t-shirt at Walmart is Minions and Frozen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we just had a movie about dinosaurs come out, and all I can see is yellow Minions everywhere. They look like Dr. Mario pills or Dr. Mario bad guys.
Would you play a Dr. Mario mod with Minions?
Yeah, because Dr. Mario kills them. That's what he does.
No. The pills are the good. I guess he would use them all the time. All right.
I don't know. They disappear too.
The chat wants me to go count the glass bottles in my kitchen. So give me like 10 seconds.
I can play some more Pokemon dubstep while we watch Drewby. Maybe not. I don't remember how to turn this on. He's now back. His house is very small. It's able to count them.
All right. I have 13 glass bottles in the kitchen and 3 glass bottles here. So that's 16 glass bottles in my house. I
don't have anything to say about that.
I should take them out to my parents' place and we'll just like target practice with them.
Shoot them with rifles?
Yeah. Rifles. My dad's got a crossbow now. We can play with that.
I have a serious question.
Okay.
Are you out of breath from walking back to your kitchen and back?
I'm fine. No, I wouldn't say so.
You were breathing heavy.
The
truth is, Drewby, we're both out of shape here. We're out of shape here.
I may have been breathing loudly from multiple. Well, just be more active. Walking to the kitchen and back, doing other things in between. So
for some period of time, we've been discussing working out. And by working out, I mean running together.
Yes.
Forcing ourselves to do this. I'd like you to ask me when we should start this.
I think we should start this when you get back from your vacation.
I don't know when we'll start it. We'll start it whenever.
Hey, if we start it like next week, I might have just like a bunch of gym shorts. I can loan you a pair.
All right, I want to hear your gym short story on air while I eat my food.
I'll share my gym. All right. So, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I bought a 3-pack of gym shorts off of Woot. It was like $25 or something like that. I just bought them. So I bought a package. They came a couple days or less than a week later after I received the first package. I got another package, the same shorts. So that was now 6 shorts that I had. I emailed Woot and was like, "Hey, I got another package. Do you want me to email this? Do you want me to send what's going on?" And they're like, I think they apologized for the inconvenience, but said I could keep the shorts. So I got 6 pairs of gym shorts. Today I got 2 emails, both of which said your order has shipped, and it was the gym shorts. I emailed Woot after I got the first email, before I got the second one, and said, "Hey, I got another order. Just let you. I got an email saying this or whatever. Just let you know." And then I got another, and I got the second email. So if this all works out and those actually shipped and they don't take them back or have them shipped back to them or whatever, I will have received 12 pairs of Reebok gym shorts from Woot. That is a lot of gym shorts. That's more than I need. But I guess I can use a lot of gym shorts. That's pretty easy emergency clothing if everything else is dirty. So we'll see if those actually ship. And if it's actually shipped, then I guess we'll see if I get them. So
the chat linked to an ad, a bunch of ads of bacon. Taco Bell is now advertising a bunch of bacon crap. I think I saw one of these on Hulu. There's like a bacon gaming chair.
Did you hear about the Captain Crunch Taco Bell thing?
Okay, I heard someone mention this, but I did not fully understand what was happening. Hit me.
Apparently there's like deep fried something covered in Captain Crunch crumbs, I guess, or sprinkles that you can get from Taco Bell, or at least that people were getting at the Taco Bell in San Francisco. I saw this on Giant Bomb.
Cap'n Crunch Delights. The new Cap'n Crunch Delight is a warm pastry coated with fruity Cap'n Crunch berries and filled with creamy sweet milk icing. This thing looks like
It's kind of pink, or
it looks like when you get Captain Crunch and you eat all the Captain Crunch and there's only crumbs in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
They poured the crumbs into a solid ball, rolled it up, and then put icing in it. That's what it looks like.
I have not had them.
They come in 2, 4, and 12 packs, but I cannot tell based on this picture how big these things are.
They are about the size of... They're bigger than like a gumball. They're probably like a large gumball or a large bouncy ball.
Give me inches.
You want radius, circumference, diameter.
You know what? I don't even care. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to. Someone who knows. Anyway. So, since we were talking about the ad and the bacon, this is another story that
I wanted you to give me what is the circumference of this crunch berry dessert thing? What are they called? Where's the stupid title? Cap'n Crunch Delights. What is the circumference of a moose?
Oh yeah, that's totally.
Oh my goodness!
I used to know I think I used to know that. All right, so anyway, bacon. You mentioned bacon. This reminded me. Did I tell you what I had for dinner this past Friday? After I got home from work.
You're a single dude, man. Yeah. I want to hear the types of goodness that you can get up to when you're a single person. What is the dinner that you made yourself?
All right, so with the leftover food with the food that I had in my house, I made 2 burger patties, melted cheese on top of them, and then cooked up a package of bacon, and then ate that with the burgers and ate that all together.
Emphasize a package of bacon, like a pound of bacon. So you ate probably a half a pound of hamburger and a pound of bacon.
Anywhere from 12 ounces. I was told the package of bacon is like 12 ounces as well. So I mean, who knows anyway, a package of bacon. So
the answer is you ate probably close to 1.25 pounds to 1.5 pounds of meat.
There you go.
He was nodding for the audio version. He was nodding
Yeah, that's true.
with a smirk on his face that defied. He was both incredibly smug and happy with himself, but also like, "Don't you judge me." That was the face that was on his face.
It was. I don't think I'd ever eaten that much bacon. Like, I don't know if I had. Maybe I don't. Anyway, so yeah, that was the adventure.
Are you off bacon?
I don't have any bacon anymore. I ate it all.
I mean, are you done? Have you given up bacon for?
No.
Okay,
No.
you're still down. At least we don't have the vegan in the chat tonight.
Yes, that's true. And then yesterday I made taco meat. And it had tacos. Well, cheap tacos that was just meat and cheese in a tortilla. But
This is the first time you've ever cooked tacos, right?
yeah, and it worked out pretty well. It was they were just like it was a packet that you can get from Walmart or whatever, and then you just like, open that and pour it in with the meat and stuff, and it was pretty easy.
Tight.
It was good.
Tight.
It was good. It was good. Okay, so I've been playing that. I'm still playing Lord of the Rings Middle Earth. I have not finished that. I played a little bit of, was it Rocket League today? It's like a car soccer game.
Is that free?
On PlayStation Plus right now, yes.
Is that the game with the trucks and the soccer?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So for those people that don't understand, you are trucks and you drive around and there's a giant soccer ball and you try to knock it into the other person's goal. This reminds me of a mode that was in my Monster Truck game for the N64. Do you remember that game? It had this as a mode.
I don't think I had that Monster Truck game. I had like a truck racing game, but it wasn't really like...
That Monster Truck game that I had controlled like molasses mixed with rocks. It controlled that bad. Like there was no way to be sure on which way your truck was going to go at any given moment.
How would
It was not a good game.
How would you play soccer that way?
Poorly. It was a bad game. It was not fun. Oh no. It was janky in a way that was fun. It was that kind of janky. It was not like it was not the Beetlejuice of soccer
Beetle
truck
guys.
games.
Beetle guys.
Yes, it was not the. I can say it. Enough time has passed that I can say it a second or I don't know. He's not here, so I think we're probably safe.
But anyway, I played a little bit of Rocket League. I've watched Danny O'Dwyer play a little bit of that. I played a little bit. I watched a quick look today. I played some today. It's kind of fun. You and I should get into a match and try it out. I think you might. I think you might like it. I'm not entirely sure.
You know what I think we should do after the show?
What?
Play Trackmania 2.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
The chat can play with us. It's free. Trackmania 2 in Steam now. Just download the demo.
Yeah, the system requirements are pretty low.
We already talked about Trackmania, but I need to explain this. We've only downloaded the demo because there's absolutely nothing that we haven't been able to do that I have found in the demo. Like you can just join the race and do everything that I think you probably. My guess is if you bought the game, you'd be able to customize your car and maybe vote on the jukebox. I don't know, but like, whatever. We talked about Trackmania. I just had to mention it again.
But seriously, it's really low. You don't need like a super high gaming PC to run it. The requirements are low, and if you want to play, then yeah, you can hop on and it's free. You'll need a Steam account, or you can download it free from the website. You will need to create some form of an account, but anyway, yeah, it's so. I've been playing that mobile game that you've been talking about, the 1-0, the 1-0, the prequel to Build a Boat.
You're playing 10 million?
Yes, I'm playing that.
Do you not know how to read Arabic numerals?
No, I knew what it was, but I've been playing that, progressing through the dungeon and that.
How are you liking 10 million? I thought game was really rad and a very simple, like I want to sit down and play this game way.
That's kind of the thing that it has going for it. It's really simple and easy, and like it's not like a very intensive game. I'm playing it. I'm liking it. I have not hit 1 million points yet in my score. I think I've gotten like 600,000. So
nice.
but yeah, working my way. I picked that up the other night, and I'm kind of working my way through that. So, yeah, I haven't been. It's been. I mean, I'm still working through Star Trek, but you don't care about that.
Not that long ago, I beat You Must Build a Boat, and I thought that game was a very good addition to 10 million. Like all the things that it added. I know Blake, also from the site, liked You Must Build a Boat. He beat that while he was out visiting. That's super fun. I've been playing a game called Alpha Bear. It looks like this. For the chat, there's a little bear, and he's dancing.
I've seen icons for that.
So that's free. It's really fun. Excuse me, it plays this kind of music that you can hear right here if I turn it up. Which is really good music to take a poop, which is what you would do when you're playing this game. It's a word game. Like, words appear, and you try to make words out of the letters, and you only have a certain amount of... Like, the letters themselves have kind of timers on them, and so you have to try to use the... you have to try to use the letters before they expire, and like you get point multipliers based on everything. I think it's a really fun word game. The chat asked if I'm playing You Must Build a Boat on mobile or PC. I was playing on our phones. I played it on my phone. I really think that game would be hard.
I'm also playing.
I think it'd be hard to play on PC, like because you have to use the mouse and click. I think it would be so much better. I imagine it's so much better to play on a touch device. Yeah. So. There's something else I was going to mention, but I don't know. We can do a short week this week because I'm actually getting ready to leave town forever. No, but I'm going to Dallas. We are going to Dallas. As I mentioned previously, we're going to have a child. We found out some news about that this week. I want to see if my wife wants to come in. And talk about that. I'll be right back. Drewby, fill the air with something. Play sound effects or something stupid.
Something stupid. It should be pretty easy. No. Let's see. What's been going on? Oh, Michael's AC in his car went out yesterday. That yeah. It's also like 100. It's really warm here. Like yesterday, it was like 95, 98 degrees. So, yeah, that was easy. That was nice. And it was easy because he's back now. That wasn't long.
My wife is on her way. She's clearly not here.
It's the Beetlejuice. He got her and it's like, nope.
Dude, that's such a weird movie, man. He tries to marry this like 13-year-old girl, and it's weird, dude. It's creepy and like it's not even the right kind of creepy. Like, we watched Insidious this weekend, which is one of my favorite this week, which is one of my favorite scary movies because it's one of the few scary movies I've ever seen.
The horror movie.
And I like that movie. It's a right kind of scary movie. It's kind of a horror movie. I don't know. This time seeing it, I was not affected by the scares at all. And this is my third viewing. The second viewing I was. Third viewing I was not.
Really?
No, it didn't bother me this time.
Still bothered me?
I didn't jump at anything. I did not get creeped out at anything.
I knew everything was fine. And
I could stare at the demons on my roof, on my ceiling, and they did not bother me. I did not feel threatened in any way.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That movie.
The chat thinks the Beetlejuice is weird as well.
I can't argue. I haven't seen it.
What's the news? What did we find out about the baby this week?
We found out it's a girl.
Talk in the mic.
We found out it's a girl.
We can hear.
So we found out the baby. No, I just like to make her talk really loud. So we found out that the baby was a girl this week. So I'm gonna have a daughter. We have pictures here. Here's a picture of the baby. Look at this. I haven't even had the baby yet, and we can already start forcing baby pictures on everybody. So here's a picture of the baby.
Okay.
This is it. Kind of sucking its hand. It's not sucking its thumb fully yet.
Does it have a mouth I can open right now?
Yes. Amanda, if you want to dictate the picture, stick your finger up there.
Huh?
Show. This is the baby's face. This is the baby's face.
There's her little nosy, and that's her
How
This works great for the audio
Don't hold
podcast.
it.
how big is this child right now?
Yeah. Her little
It's
arm,
12 ounces.
14.
So like
14
say-
ounces.
Oh, so it's a little bit bigger than a package of bacon.
It's about the size of a package of bacon. Here's another picture of the baby. This one is a little bit creepy looking, but it was not as creepy in person because the baby is yawning. It looks like a little dinosaur, which is pretty cool. Also, you can see her spine at the bottom right there.
That is a little creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy. Here's a random picture of the baby's feet.
It's upside down.
It's upside down, evidently. I don't know.
It's showing off her little buns.
Oh, evidently I was showing off her buns. So I guess I shouldn't do that as her father.
So it's a girl. How far along right now then?
Amanda is 20 weeks tomorrow. So the baby's due date is December 2nd.
Yep.
December 2nd. I was thinking November, so I was a little early.
No, my birthday's in November.
Yes, I knew yours.
Maybe people
was.
should have a baby shower for me. Buy me all the things that I would like.
Did you tell
That's
them
called
that we
your-
registered yesterday?
Hey, for anyone that cares, if you're listening to this podcast, we registered at Target for baby gifts yesterday.
That's not why. Just that
You're
you really liked to scan all the toys.
No, I want people to buy us stuff. I wouldn't just tell them about the registry because it was fun to use the scanner.
That's the only reason
I want
people
them
make
to-
registries. It's like we're having a wedding registry. You buy us stuff.
But to be
We're having-
fair, they gave me this iPod. It was an iPod with a scanner in the back of it, and it was all strapped together, and it was fun to just like beep, beep, beep.
You should get a job there.
I should get a job at Target.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Working
inventory.
retail was the favorite thing I've ever done in my entire life.
But you love that so much.
Somebody in the chat, Brenton in the chat, referenced that the baby looked like an alien from the movie Alien. I can't find the picture of the baby. Here's an upside down picture of a baby's making a bite face.
Okay, so I'll go back to my earlier question. Can the mouth of the baby open at this point in time?
Yeah, that was a picture of it yawning.
That's true. Okay. Duh. So why is it not like inhaling all of this like liquid and like what's
does.
stopping it from drowning?
Babies, it is drinking its own urine.
It's-
And I mean that factually. Like it is urinating in the amniotic fluid and it is drinking it and breathing it.
Are we all supposed to drink our urine?
If you want to, I actually think that it's getting a lot of it through the umbilical cord, but it is also drinking fecal matter. So if you want to do that, it's probably good for you. Babies are healthy.
So how does it not drown though?
Oh, evidently babies don't poop until they're born.
No, they don't. I learned about that the other day. It's like babies have like a natural cork in their butt that prevents them from pooping, so that they.
It just goes into the, what is that thing called? The placenta?
Yeah.
This is a science moment. Chat. Chat says, Drewby, I can't even with you right now. Thank you, Brenton. Whatever.
What can I say?
Anyway, yeah. So we're excited about that. We're gonna have a daughter this December. So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, we're going to a homeschool conference this next week tomorrow because we'd like to learn about homeschooling because homeschoolers are super weird, and I kind of want to understand a little bit about that process before we subject our children to it.
You bet.
For what that's worth.
Just look at me. I'm the prime example of like of someone who's come out of the homeschool system. Like, just all you need to know about homeschooling is right here.
Yeah, that's John.
You know, I think that is the perfect for you. You don't have headphones on. Drewby said, Drewby is a perfect example of the type of weirdness that can come out of the homeschool system. So maybe that is why we need to go to a seminar like this to try to figure out
a seminar full of Drewbys.
Basically, we don't want a child to turn out like you, so we gotta do whatever we can to make that not happen.
I hope your child doesn't turn out like me.
Boy.
That's super self-deprecating.
What the crap? What?
The chat, Blake in the chat, Blake of the site and the chat wants you to teach him all of his science.
We do a feature on the site.
Should we just make that? Should be our next series of videos. Drewby teaches science.
People email me subjects to talk about, and then without doing any research, I will explain the process.
Just like Yahoo Answers.
Yeah. I'm my own.
saw
Who needs
some-
Yahoo Answers when you're friends with me? That's the real question.
Truer words were never spoken. I say we start to wrap this crap up.
All right.
Drewby, where can people find you on the internet?
Teaching science blogs here and there. I just opened up. No. Twitter.com/Drewby132, Facebook.com/Drewby132, Drewby at theculturepeople.com for email. Google Plus, if you care about that, there's a link in my Twitter profile.
My name is Michael Nip, MichaelKnipp. You can find me at twitter.com/MichaelNip or facebook.com/TheRealMichaelNip. If you'd like to email us topics to talk about on the show or questions or comments or correct anything that we may have needed fact checked, you can do that at podcast@thecultureofmypeople.com. You can also email us individually at what are you laughing at? The chat mentioned that the baby's lungs aren't open, so of course they're not breathing their own pee. They're just drinking it.
Fine.
But I don't know if
You
they...
said they were breathing their own pee.
I don't know. I may have said that.
No.
It's
We gotta wrap this crap up.
It's a toxin that has to be absorbed through the lungs.
The pee is the toxin that has to be absorbed through the lungs. So...
What?
I don't know. We'll be back again next week, probably with another show. Thanks for coming to hashtag follow the conversation. My name is Michael Nip, and as always, this has been my co-host,
Drewby, the science guy.
Drewby the science guy. I tried to play music, but it didn't.
Don't belong to them. They left me in a world of darkness without your sexy hands, and I miss you, Nightman, so bad.